Coming to the second method of calculating maxima and minima. Here the steps will be, the first step is same. We will be putting the function equal to y. Second step is also same. We will calculate dy upon dx. Third step is also same. We will calculate dy upon dx is equals to 0. And after solving the equations, we will calculate the values of x. X values can be a, b, c, n number of values we can get. Now after that, if you would have seen in the previous method, we calculated rederivative. But in this method, we will not calculate the rederivative. So generally this method is applied when it is difficult to calculate the rederivative. There you can go ahead with the second method. So here our next step, that is step number 5. It is, you have to test the values. So if we are testing this first value a, x is equals to a, we will have to study the signs of dy upon dx. That is derivative sign for values of x slightly less than a and slightly more than a. For the values of x, a we have already proved. We will be assuming two values. One value will be less than a and one value will be greater than a. Same we will do with the b also, or if c is available with c also, we will do the same. And how we will be coming into like whether the value is a maxima value or a minima value. If the sign changes from positive to negative, it is the maxima value. If the sign changes from positive to negative, it is the maxima value. And in the other case, if the sign changes from minus to plus, it is the minima value. And the values will be calculated in the same manner as we have seen in the first method. So let us see one example of the second method. Now this is a practical question that we will be solving with the help of second method. First step, put this function is equals to y. We have done that. Second step, take the derivative. Now I hope you all can see that it is the point of multiplication. So here we can apply the product rule. So according to the product rule, it will be u derivative of v plus v and derivative of u. So x minus 2 square, that will be its own place. 2 will come in the front, x minus 3, and again taking the derivative of inside value will be 1. So there is no need to write, plus x minus 3 square into 2 x minus 2. Again the derivative of inside value will be 1. So there is no need to write that. So if we take from here, we know that on both the sides x minus 2 and x minus 3 is common. So we can take x minus 2 and x minus 3 outside. So what will be left in the first place? X minus 2 will be there and 2. Plus in the second place, x minus 3 and 2 will be there. So opening this bracket, outside it will be same, and inside you can see from here it will be 2x minus 4 minus 2x and minus 6. Sorry, plus 2x minus 6. So from here it will be x minus 2, x minus 3, and 2x plus 2x is 4x minus 10. So third step is putting dy upon dx is equals to 0. So when we will put this dy upon dx is equals to 0, it will be like this. And from here we can get the values. First will be x is equals to 2. Second will be x is equals to 3. And third will be x is equals to 10 by 4. That is 5 by 2. So in this question we are getting 3 values. So we have to test these 3 values, where which point is the maxima point, which point is the minima point, and there may be a point of inflection as well. So we have to test these points. Now coming to the second method. Our first value of x is 2, then second is 3, then is 5 upon 2. So how we test these values? Starting with the first value, if x is equals to 2, we will have to take one value less than 2 and one value more than 2, and there should be a slight difference. So if I am selecting two values, 1 is less than 2 and 3 is greater than 2. So now 1 is less than 2 and 3 is greater than 2. So now what we have to do is we have to put this value in the derivative that we got. This was the derivative that we got and we have put that equal to 0. So this was the derivative. I will put this 1 into the derivative. So what will be the result? It will be 1 minus 2, 1 minus 3, 4 into 1 will be 4 minus 10. So now you have to just observe the signs. When you will solve this, it will be negative. Solving this, it will be negative. Solving this, it will be negative. So minus minus plus, plus minus minus. So ultimately we are getting a negative value. If we put 3 into this derivative, what we will get? 3 minus 2, 3 minus 3 and 3 minus 10. So what will be the result? We will get a negative. Here we will not get any sign, so we will leave this. Here we will get a positive. Here 0, so no sign. Here again we will get, it will be 4 into 3, that is 12 minus 10. So it will again be a positive value. So plus will be plus. So now here you can see the sign has changed from negative to positive. If you observe it carefully, you will see that sign from negative to positive. Now we have seen that when sign changes from negative to positive, it is showing a minima value. So x is equal to 2 will be showing you a minima value. Now how that value is calculated? In the same way that we have seen, we will be put this value in our x, that is 2 minus 2 square into 2 minus 3 square. So it will be 0 multiplied by this, again it will be showing you 0. So this we have done for the first value. We have got three values, 2, 3 and 5 by 2. This we have done for the first value. Coming to the second value, that is x is equals to 3. Again we have to select a value which is less than 3 and one value which is more than 3. So less than 3 is 2 and more than 3 is 4. Now we will put these values in the derivative. This is the derivative, and only observe the signs. You need not show this, only observe the signs. 2 minus 2 will be showing you 0, so no sign. 2 minus 3 will be showing you a negative value. And 4 into 2, that is 8 minus 10, it will again give us a negative value. So ultimately it will result in minus minus is plus. Putting 4 here, 4 minus 2 will be giving us a positive value. 4 minus 3 will be giving us a positive value. 4 into 4, 16 minus 10 will be giving a positive value. So all the three are positive. So it is positive. So when positive to positive, we are shifting from positive to positive, it will be the inflection point. Inflection point means neither it is point of minima nor it is point of maxima. It is the central point. Inflection point. So here also at the point of inflection we can find the value x is equal to 3. We will put in the main question. So 3 minus 2 square, 3 minus 3 square. So here you can see 3 minus 3 means 0. So here also our value will be coming out to be 0 only. Now we are left with the one value, that is 5 upon 2. Now let us just test this value also. If x is equals to 5 upon 2, that means it is 2.5. So we will be selecting one value less than this, that is 2.4. One value more than this, that is 2.6. And we will observe the changes in the signs of dy upon dx. If you fill this into our derivative, so the first value will be positive, second value will be negative, and third value will also be negative. So ultimately you will be getting a positive sign. And if you will fill 2.6, first you will get a positive, second will be a negative, and third will be a positive. So ultimately you will be getting a negative value. So here the sign changes from positive to negative. So when the sign changes from positive to negative, it is the maxima value. And what is the value? Value will be when you will put this 2.5 into our main question. Putting this into the main question, 2.5 minus 2 square and 2.5 minus 3 square. So this will be 0.25 and this will be 0.5 in negatives square. So it will be, the answer will be 0.0625. So this is how the second method is used for the purpose of calculating maxima and minima value.